We are back with Executive Chef Chris Martin of Hempful Farms Cafe. Good to have you back with us. In the first segment, we gave all of you dairy-free folks out there an alternative to making milk with hemp. Now you're going to use that milk into a muffin recipe, right?
Absolutely. It makes my 5 o'clock wake-up call a lot easier when I can take the milk and multitask it into several recipes.
Absolutely. Well, first let's start off the health benefits of using hemp in recipes.
Honestly, hemp is the way. Hemp is the light today. For me, it's a huge issue. Being a Crohn's patient, worrying about intake, understanding that intake was part of the problem with my illness. This is a savior. This is a way for me to feel better, still eat foods that are comfortable and comfort food, but be healthy about it and be able to process it.
Right, and making your body feel good. And you shared with us in the first segment, you were on quite a few meds.
I was diagnosed with quite a few things just because of poor diet, a little bit of history from my family, and not paying attention, and all of a sudden realizing I'm 45 and I should take care of that stuff. Learning about hemp and the dietary issue and the supplemental value of what this can do for you has been a lifesaver for me and my family.
Yeah, it's been an educational check for us here on Sonoran Living as well, so we appreciate that. All right, so we're going to put the muffins together, and then we're going to talk about some frequently asked questions, because I'm quite sure you have a long list of those.
We do.
So let's utilize that milk, and how do we make these muffins?
Awesome. So traditionally you have a method of making muffins, and we kind of stretch that method a little bit just because of what we're doing. A lot of times you're going to transfer out AP flour or whatever flour you're using and alternate it with hemp. You can't do one-to-one with that. The graininess and the density of the hemp flour are just too much. Your muffins and your cookies will come out like bricks. So we really gauged that back, and it's been trial and error. It's really been playing with it since now we are legal and allowed to play with this stuff. So today we're going to make a regular triple berry muffin with walnuts. You can switch these out, the flours, the AP flour. You can use a tapioca flour, coconut flour, almond flour if you're gluten-free or vegan.
And AP flour is all-purpose.
All-purpose
if you're out here going, what's AP
lingo.
flour? No, it's okay. So all-purpose flour, switching it out. Now, do you combine them? Would you combine?
I would, personally. Too much of any one flour can be a little abrasive when it comes to texture. So I like to mix them. I do like to do a third and a third, or a half and a half, or whatever the ratios are you're looking for the consistency of the muffin.
All right, let's put it together.
So today we've got the all-purpose flour. We're going to use 4 cups of that.
And how many muffins will this yield?
Typically, you'll make about 6 to 8 muffins like we've displayed here for you today.
Okay.
A tablespoon of baking powder, right there. Cup and a half of sugar. We give it sweetness, and you can switch that out with stevia. You can switch that out with any type of sweetener, honey, agave, like we used earlier.
Like we used earlier.
This is a hemp seed oil, so you're looking at a half cup of hemp seed oil. This is pressed hemp seeds.
Is that going to replace like an
olive oil or a vegetable oil, which really isn't good for you anyway.
Okay. And you sell all of this at the cafe?
I do.
Okay.
I do. So now you notice I'm mixing dries, wets, and everything together. Typically, you mix all your dry together, then you mix all your wet together. We like a different texture with our muffin, so that's why we do that.
That's why you combine it.
That's one of those many asked questions we get. Like, why do you
so
do
if you want to make it more like a real muffin, then you would do it separately.
Vanilla.
Okay. Perfect.
And this is when our milk comes in. So
and now, just to explain to folks, in the first recipe, you would have drained that if you were going to use it just for milk.
Right. I would have drained it to drink it, just because necessarily I don't like pulpy milk. But when you want those vitamins and proteins and omegas to go into your food, you definitely don't want to waste them or put them in the trash.
Okay.
So now you're just going to take these muffins, mix it in, pretty thoroughly, make it look like a nice little muffin mix, and then we're going to add our egg.
Okay. Perfect.
Add our egg to it, just like that. Same thing.
All right.
And then right at the end, once we get a nice good mix, is when I add the nuts and the fruit. We put it into our muffin tin at 325 for 12 to 15 minutes, making sure that it's done on the inside.
Perfect.
Cool it.
That was such a simple recipe. That's just like the milk recipe.
Everyone can do them at home.
Perfect. And then you pour them into your muffin pans, and that's it. All
That's what
right,
we
and
get.
there you go. That looks amazing, and you shared the recipes as well. So, and give us one more frequently asked question that you get.
One of the most frequently asked questions I get is, what are the differences between marijuana and hemp, or do I get high off the food? So our first thing is absolutely not. It's a vegetable, just like a tomato plant.
All right, let's give you some information. Hempful Farms Cafe, they have a special offer. Mention Sonoran Living. You're going to get 15% off your check. Give them a call, 602-368-6922, or visit hempfulfarmscafe.com.